All right. Thanks for tuning in. This is the RRT Boxing Show. So from there, we're gonna see if how many people come in without. I don't have too many Twitter followers, so I didn't tweet it out. Let's see how many people just join randomly in the comment section. I don't really plan for too much, but anyway, this is the RRT Boxing Show. UK, the UK, the RRT Boxing Show at Mr.A, the UK, up in the kingdom. Nice little morning show from what Mr.A takes on boxing from across the pond. So that's what this will be talking about eventually. If no one shows up, I will just talk about it, and episode 1 has no audience. That's all that would be. So that's what this will be about. I'm a lonesome boxing soul right here. Mr.A, the RRT Boxing Show, trying to just see what happens. But yes, episode 1 of the Mr.A, the UK, up in the kingdom. Oh, some chap has joined the show. Thank you for episode 1 enjoyment. This is the RRT Boxing Show with Mr.A, up in the kingdom. Morning, good man. We're talking about, and he's out. Well, came in, said fuck it. I'm not doing it. Well, the UK show that does consist, I don't think I'm going to have two. Oh, welcome back. Thank you, my good man. I don't know if it's the same guy or someone just joining in, but thank you for coming back if you are that person. Well, this is, again, we're 2 minutes in deep, one person, thank you. Talking that RRT Boxing, Mr.A from the States, saying good morning with the UK edition of the RRT Boxing Show. We have boxing topics. We do have in November is going to be a pretty good month, but with some headlines that I find a little interesting for the good morning of the UK up in the kingdom boxing. Kell Brook with the little rumors that he's not with Engel. We'll talk about that. The White Chisora press conference. Ted Cheeseman with a 60-day appeal for the suspension. Fighting too soon. Now that is pretty. Now if that was interesting, because if they're talking about him fighting on the card against Fowler, that would have been a good fight. I for Fowler. Cheeseman and Fowler would have been a hell of a fight. And for the little noise I heard about it saying on the 22nd, so I don't know if it's on the undercard of that White Chinzora, but that is a fight I definitely like to see. I thought that would have been good. So that would have been nice. Cheeseman on that little come up. Cheeseman is very determined to prove he's with the elite. He's trying to climb that. He is the WBA thing. What did we say he was on the show? The 15th? So that is good. Also talking about Wilburn. Jason Welborn getting his shot, being selected at the softball, the comeback fight for Jason Hurd. Jared Hurd. Jared Hurd taking on Jason Welborn. This is an opportunity, a really good opportunity for Welborn. If his pressure style was able to work on a Hurd, you think you would want to be in this matchup right here with a Hurd coming off a shoulder surgery. The pressure with his heavy-handed bombs with a shoulder, be able to throw those bombs with his walk-down pressure. So this is a nice little time for Welborn to put on a shocker. So that's coming up. A nice little thing to talk about is the IBF mandatory. It's not a European, but it's the mandatory for the IBF shot for Spence. So we would talk about that fight between the IBF mandatory Abdul Kakarov versus Kita O'Hara due to Vargas turning down the matchup with Quartillo. You know, I got one nice person. You know, that is nice. You know, that's sweet. You know. Anyway, someone will watch this as it gets uploaded. So appreciate those people. You know. So that's nice. And on we keep going for one long person. Thank you for watching the Double RT Boxing Show, the UK up in the kingdom. You know. Let's see. No, hello, anyone in the chat line? The one person. No, no. So the show in the UK up in the kingdom, the morning show, is not all to a good start, folks. But hey, this is how we do it. Next in the UK, talking about, I think it's a good fight, is UK news Josh Taylor. Josh Taylor going on against the WBSS tournament against the not even a heavy followed Ryan Martin in the States. So Ryan Martin, again, in heavy UK news, a nice little, you could say, unknown, has a chance to make a statement. Ryan Martin, Jason Wilburn, they each got a big name. They could just really shock the world on the third. I mean, not the third, but Hurd is fighting on the, I think it's the Wilder Fury pay per view undercard, and Ryan Martin and Josh Taylor. That's the third. So that's two good shockers. People who work hard, earn their fights. You know, they get those call ups. You know, Jason just put his work against Tommy Langford. Got two hard fights. You know, and got those belts, and put in his work, and here he is, number 11 in the WBA, taking on Hurd in the comeback fight. Pretty damn put in that work. So that's some of the United Kingdom news right here on the WRT Boxing Show. Right here, we talked Jason Wilburn taking on Hurd. Good coming up fight. You know, boost up his career at the right time. Doing the upset. Ted Cheeseman getting a 60-day suspension. He's appealing it. Now, like I said, if it is, how you doing there? How you doing there? I'm checking out to see if the UK edition of the WRT Boxing Show is a successful hit. You know, this is, I don't know if there's any glitches or nothing. I don't know how it's looking to people or a person. There's one person here. I don't know if that's you, Quincy, or you dropped off or something, but I don't know if there's looking clear, looking good, or you guys can see me or not. So, but we are talking UK news, the WRT Boxing Show, right here with Mr.A. UK, up in the kingdom, baby. Like I said, Wilburn news taking on Hurd. Good come up. You got Kell Brook with the rumors, and I always say the rumors, man. I said this on an episode of the WRT Boxing Show. I ended it. If you guys follow the show, you see me say, "Oh, Mr. A's thoughts." I ended it with Mr. A's thoughts. It's when Billy Joe got suspended, and I was like, "Oh, before this little spackle right here even brewed up, before it even became a headline." I forgot what episode it was. Mr. A, the WRT Boxing Show with Mr. A. I think it was like episode 6. The first watch one, I believe. Fucking, I ended with a Mr. A's thoughts. Kell Brook, Dominic Ingle. I was like the whole fucking camp. Yeah. You had Kid Gallahan. You had Kid Gallahan getting his whole little fucking shit. His brother confessed to. Like, I don't think someone really did. Byfield get smashed by Cheeseman. I don't think he got smashed, but he didn't win the fight. Byfield didn't win the fight. Cheeseman, it was like a defeation. He defeated him in the fight. Like he broke him down. You could tell he was worn down with his back. Like his back footing went to more like I gotta move or I'm gonna take an ass whooping. So, but he didn't smash him, but he defeated. Not only did he get the W, he defeated. To me, he defeated Byfield in the ring. But Byfield was slick enough on his feet to stay away from getting smashed. But he, like I said, he beat him and defeated Byfield in the ring. I thought it was a nice performance by Cheeseman. Good old Ted Cheeseman. You know, and that's what we talked. That was a topic of the show. Cheeseman. You know, that's 60-day suspension. And like I said, and if it is against Fowler, that would have been a nice matchup. That would have been a real good matchup. Fowler and Cheeseman, that would have been a hell of a fight. Oh man, I would like to see that fucking matchup. Like I said, I thought I read that should have been on the 22nd of undercard Chisora White, which the press conference. I saw the press conference. That was a little entertaining. The whole David Hay with the magic sauce, the magic sprinkles. You know, the comments back and forth. It had its flare ups. It had its boxing banter. You know, dude, what is good? What is good for that fight? You know, Dylan White has a lot of rankings. He's ranked across the board. To me, if he's already ranked that high, being Chisora doesn't do nothing. That's a hell of a fight, stay busy fight. It's a hell of a fight, stay busy. Give him that. Dylan White he don't fuck around. He fucks around with Luis Ortiz. But overall, his resume is pretty decent. You know, he takes good feeling fights. You know, his lot of fights, and then also he'll pop up with as a semi big fight for his caliber. But even his like B minuses and C plus fights, he has a pretty good active resume. You know, you might say Gerald Miller from the States has one because of the age factor name of of his resume, but active and probably skill for skills in today's rankings, actually eyeball tests. You could say Dylan White has a nice little resume, man. See, we talked about Kell Brook and the whole dirty gym. White and Chisora, Chesman hurt. Now, Abdul Kakarov. You know, do I think Duran is a live dog? You know, we could talk about that because we are talking about the World Boxing Super Series for sure. He has like 5 rounds, bro. I think he has like 5 rounds to be a live dog. And I think after that, I think he's a stamina's problem because he didn't look strong enough in the Frampton fight because he started off real damn good to me. I thought he was countering the shit out of Frampton like in the first 2 rounds. It was fast. He came out good ass counters. He had Frampton solved real good, but Frampton made a little adjustment. Don't get me wrong, but Benito just his stamina seemed like he couldn't go hard for like 5 rounds on, and I think Burnett is gonna drag it out with enough pop shot and stay away for a while. I think he'll wear Nonito down. You know, I don't see dropping down 12 pounds could fix Nonito Donair's stamina. To me, it would seem like a little stat. He could be maybe, but I guess live dog. You say, sure, he's a live dog. Yeah, but I'm picking Burnett to win that fight. But live dog with a puncher's chance, considering Ryan Burnett does his herk and jerk style. You know, that Josh Kelly, the Ryan Burnett style. Is that the Booth? Is that the Booth trainer? I think that's Booth, right? That Booth, Adam Booth. You know, I like Booth. I like David Caldwell. What are some UK trainers? I like McGuigan. Those probably my. If Adam Booth is the person I'm talking about, yeah, I like those. Those are probably my three UK fans since the show, the Double RT Boxing Show, with your host, Mr.A, the Double RT Boxing Show. Since its creation a year and a half ago, I would say my three UK coaches, trainers are Caldwell. If Booth is the guy I'm talking about, Booth and McGuigan. Ask me on any day that rotation might change, but those are my three. Well, anyway, I don't know how the hell I got sidetracked, but oh yeah, Burnett. You asked me about Burnett, but that's what I think of that fight. I think Donaire. I think he hits harder, but I don't think his power is gonna last by 5 rounds or more. He might be faster, but I think losing that weight and actually swinging hard at a live dog, the words to use, for 6 rounds, 5 rounds, I think is gonna leave him. You know, then I think he's gonna go into that little survival mode, kind of how he did against Carl Frampton. Ryan Martin is a plus 700 underdog. So I'm not quite on point with the betting. So that means I bet 100 on Ryan Martin to win. I get 700. Is that what that means? That'd be fucking crazy, man. Yup. Yikes. Yikes. He has he can't fight the fight in the middle of the ring. Although he has a nice body game, he won't be able to me, I don't think he can deliver it in the center of the ring. He needs Taylor. He needs Taylor against the ropes. Or yeah, because I don't even think he unless Taylor wants to be a phone booth fight, I don't think he can get enough stamina to stay chest to chest with Taylor. I don't. If Taylor wanted to move, he's going to move. I don't think Martin could force it that fight, and I don't think Martin could out foot box him or just mid range box him blow for blow in the center of the ring. I don't think so. I think Taylor has better feet work to use angles and turn them in a dead square of the ring. Now, if he's able to make Taylor back up, I think that's his best. Now, if he gets him against the ropes, I think he has a good chance then. I think his combination punching is good. It's good. Like I said, I just don't see it happening. But if it's gonna happen, he's gonna have to push Taylor up. As good as he is, I'd be surprised if he could keep clean shots and with the footwork. I don't think I don't think he has as agile and can punch at the same time. I think he's kind of like a Robert Easter. You know, Robert Easter he can punch and jab, but he can't move and do it. And I think Martin's the same way. His aggressiveness tones down. He can't. He can't. It's not a quite smooth transition. I think. Yeah, there you go. So maybe that's why such a big pick. If he's ballsy enough and just fuck it, I'm gonna be first. That's his best chance. He can't. I don't think he can outbox Taylor. I don't think he can. He's gonna like who's like if he was to say maybe if Martin could, I guess since we're in the UK up in the kingdom, maybe Martin had to put on a style like maybe Ritson. If he could just say fuck it, because I think he has Ryan Martin's favorite to win the whole thing. No, that'd be nice though. That'd be nice. Bring it on home to the States, but I don't favor him. I don't favor him. I'll pick Baranchik before Martin. I'll pick. So the next round of the WBC, we could talk about that if you guys want. Well, it's only me and you, but we could talk about that right here in the UK, up in the Kingdom with Mr.A. The RRT Boxing Show, morning. It is 12:25 a.m. in the States, and I believe it's like 7 over there, 7:25 perhaps, 8:25. I might be off for an hour. I don't know. But good morning, up in the morning. You know, oh man, we got Josh Taylor, Ryan Martin, Brunette, Donaire. Now back to what we were talking about. Right here on the RRT Boxing Show, up in the kingdom, UK. The IBF has, if you watch the show, this is not quite the UK news, but it's a nice foreign fighter. So we'll talk about here on the UK. And plus, I like this guy. Is he top notch material? We'll find out, but I like him. He's kind of a little thin on the waist side, but I like him. And that is the IBF number 4, who Vargas said no to on the mandate. Quattrilo Abdu Kakharov. That dude. The Punisher. If you watch the show, the RRT Boxing Show, you've seen the nice little thumbnail of the Punisher. Vargas said no, I don't want to fight the Punisher. Next in line, Kita Ohara from Japan. I see some footage on him. It seems like he wants to fight. A little chinny. When he gets hit, he gets pretty rocked. You might say he's a Japanese American. You might be able to say that. Is that fair? Josh Taylor is favored to win the whole thing. Not bad at all. Do you think? Okay. Do you think him and Baranchik is easy work for Taylor? Mr. Quincy? That is a question. I think that is an interesting fight. As much as I like Baranchik, the Beast, who so far, no. It's not easy work, huh? Baranchik's a fucking beast. And like I said, right here on the RRT Boxing Show, we have talked about who is the better beast. We got the man from the United States, Tabiti, Andrew Tabiti. We got the Londoner, Anthony Yard, the Beast. And do we have Ivan Baranchik, the Beast? Who has been living up like a beast? You got to admit, it's been Ivan. So far, he's most and definitely deserving of the Beast nickname. But anyway, back to the IBF mandatory. They mandated. He looked good last week. Who looked good? Who are you talking about? Who looked good? Ivan. He looked a little more patient. I could say that. He still swings hard as fuck, but he seemed a little toned down. Like it's hard for him, but I could say that. I've seen a little something in Ivan because I do like Ivan. I've been watching him and following him since his PBC premieres and shit. I like him. Now him and Taylor, that would be a nice one because I think he's too. I think Ivan is a little too forward for Martin. I don't think Martin be able to fight that fast. I think Martin and Taylor is a better fight for Martin than Martin versus Baranchik. To me, Martin needs to go forward, and for Baranchik going backwards or him being on the move, I think he'll be too much for Martin. think he'll overwhelm him. Martin has a better chance of beating Taylor than Ivan. I think for styles, um, I don't think Martin has enough. Unless he has footwork, which I don't think he has, because Ivan's gonna come forward, and he could take the fight inside to Ivan, because Ivan is all hell loose swinger, and Martin does have a good body game, but he just has to either have you against the ropes, or in Ivan's case, who's going to come forward, make the job easy. Progress vs Relic. Progress. I was thinking about this one at first, but like when it first got announced, like, oh shit, he beat the shit out of Flanagan, Regis says, which I think we all felt pretty confident in, you know. And Relic, to me, I think he might let his hands go more. But I think the fact that he's not, I don't think he's as nimble as Flanagan, or he's even going to care as much as Flanagan. I think he's willing to exchange more. But I think Regis is going to be able to hit that dude hard. Possibly knock him out, but in a, I think Relic's either going to probably get knocked out, or I can see this getting stopped, because Relic he's down, he's willing to exchange, and I think he's gonna, because to me Regis is hittable. If you apply pressure on him, even though he's a good speedy counterpuncher, I think he's getting a little credit, a little more credit than what he deserves, But he's good. I just, to me, that's Mr. A's opinion. I think he's gonna learn that he needs to be hands up a little bit more. As of right now, while his quarter hands down, I think you can catch him, and I think he's gonna learn that. Okay, when he's gonna get better with that, I should say. Right now, you can catch him fucking slipping, but I think even with the hits that Relic's gonna be landing on him, Progress is gonna, the pressure coming forward, and he hits harder. I think he's just gonna catch him. Just eventually body shot him. Relic's gonna be there to fight. And I think just for shot, eventually Regis shot's gonna start outweighing them. They're gonna be heavier. So I think eventually it's gonna get, if not knocked out, I say like a stoppage. Probably it's gonna be a good, I think, like for about 4 rounds. I think Relic's gonna be getting on him, but like maybe like in round 9. Hey, the hype is real. The hype is real. Oh, the hype is real. The hype is real. Yeah, fucking massive knob job. But yes, this is up in the UK. Just want to see an experiment, saying hello, what happens with it. But hey, welcome to the show, up in the UK. We have talked about the Kell Brook and rumors of Ingles. That whole gym's fucked up. We talk about the White Chisora press conference, 8:30 p.m. in New Zealand. A fight I want to see. I don't know if he's quite New Zealand, but it's this. I know he's in your region, my friend. Oh man, it is. I believe his name is Jai Opaya. God, who is he fighting coming up? He's fighting a nice name for him. Damn it, that's a fight. And it's for like one of those continental belts. That's a fight. On the RRT Boxing Show, you will see a breakdown and prediction segment of that fight. If I had my phone nearby me, I would check that. Damn it. Jay Apida versus... Yes, that guy. Yes. He's a nice young cat. He's an Australian. God, he's fighting... I reckon that. Well, damn it. But yeah, you will see coverage of that fight. I'm interested in that fight. We talked about the 2 nice out of nowhere opportunities. You got Jason Wellburn taking on Jared Hurd. That's a nice come up out of nowhere. And you got fucking Ryan Martin. Two people to make their names on great Great. Tonight's thoughts on fights and White Chisora. White Chisora. I do believe White could beat the shit out of Chisora if he takes like the first 3 rounds to the body. Because if they take the chance to make this a entertaining slugfest, blow for blow, Chisora could throw heavy hands. But oh man, if White being the puncher he is, if he could fucking last about 3-4 rounds without really aiming at the head, just beat the shit out of Chisora's body, I say about the 9th round he'll fuck Chisora up. But if it's just a round 13 fight, I will favor Dylan White again. You know, I don't think he's gonna walk into a Chisora punch. I think if when in doubt, the fact that this one's a little bigger, I think he's gonna, when in doubt, play it safe and just box the shit out of Chisora behind the 1-2 and knock him out that way. But I don't see Chisora. I don't see Chisora knocking Dylan White out. I think he'll wobble him, but I don't see Dylan White fighting this fight as reckless and abandoned. I think this is going to be Dylan White's Golovkin Lemieux type performance. You know, everyone thought that was going to be a banger. All of a sudden, like Triple G came out being a little more of a boxer. Not saying that Dylan White's going to come out and box like that, but I think he's going to use what more skills he has than Chisora and mix him when to bang, when not to bang, and just outbox Chisora. So I got Dylan White winning that way. But if he beats the shit out of him to his body, I think he'll stop him in 6-7 rounds. You know, I would like to see that, because if Chisora wins, it's great. It's fucking shakes up the heavyweight division. You get great fights. Oh man, nothing at all, my friend. I did eat a lot of cabbage. I like adding collard greens to my stew. The stems and everything. I fucking love collard greens. You know, they're meaty. They're like you can almost replace them with meat when you're broke. A nice fat ass chunk of collard greens. You know. Moving on to some nice UK news. Oh, someone gave a thumbs up. Hey, from me, back to you. From the States to the UK, supporting the show. Thumbs up, back to you, brother. Back to you. And is there some big UK news that is on the show right now? Because to me, the biggest thing right now is what we're about to be talking about. Even though we talked about the WBSS, the Taylor and the Martin fight, we talked about the Brunette and Donaire, talked about some little topics. I think the 10th, the Usyk and the Bellew fight, you know, you got Josh Taylor about to defend his belt against somebody. You got the undercard of Sam Haid and Richard Rickapar for the WBA Intercontinental Cruiserweight Champion. I don't know who those guys are, but I looked them up. You know, I guess Richard is somebody. I didn't find Sam Heat, so that's a nice little interesting fight I'm going to be able to check out. Why? Because in the States here, I pay for the DAZN. Yay, lucky me. I get to see fights like this, and I'm down with it. Down with it. You got Josh Kelly, like I said, TBA. Dave Allen, good old Dave, the White Rhino coming through. That is good. Now you got this Corolla and David Yarden, Dewan Yarden. That is a fight. Now, yeah, we got the good old Usyk Bellew. And I'm hoping Josh Kelly, who is ranked number 11 in the WBA, I hope he gets a nice title defense. You know, but seeing that he don't has an opponent right now, I hope he doesn't just get thrown a slab of meat. But hey, Miguel Margarita versus pay-per-view cards, undercards are so thin these days. Miguel, I don't know who the hell Jose Estrada is. Miguel Margarita, that he showed the most balls. I know who that dude is, but he's right now in the last couple of years he's just known for taking that loss against Lomachenko. And to be honest, at that time, he showed the most courage, the most balls. He tried to go in that fight thinking he could beat Lomachenko. Others were just kind of waiting, trying to block him and wait for the perfect counterpunch. Miguel actually thought he could had a chance to try to fight him for a while. So I go with Miguel since I don't know Jose. Pay-per-view cards are so thin these days. And that fucking sucks. I did not see this Wilder card coming. I did not see the good old Gypsy King. I did not see him fucking bringing Ryan Lowe along. I did not see that. Is that who they're bringing along? Ryan Lowe or Isaac Lowe? Which one are they bringing along? But that fighter, I did not. It's Isaac Lowe, right? Not Ryan Lowe. I didn't see that fighter getting added to the card. That fucking popped on out of nowhere. But who do you got on that thing? You got Chris Areola, which doesn't. It's that should be Chris Areola. I don't know if it's gonna be on a TV televised part that like leads into the pay per view. Like how they like, hey, here's what's a good card is, even though it's not a UK based card, but it's the Showtime Adonis Stevenson versus Vadik leading into that pay per view. That fight that has that fight on it. It has what's her name? Marie Declare taking on Chris Numas. I like Chris Numas. Excuse me. For her height, she knows how to work that jab. She's pretty entertaining to watch. So I think that's gonna be a nice little female scrap. You got Vosdick taking on Stevenson. Like I said, that's leading into the pay per view. I think those two fights I just named might be better than the pay per view because let's be real. Let's talk a little. Is Tyson Fury versus Deontay Wilder that much of a better fight than Stevenson versus Vadik? Not what's on the line. Not what's the lineal versus the WBC versus the number one. Just the fight. These guys they're like number 4, 5, 6, and 7, and they're like, oh shit, the best fight in the best. Is Deontay Wilder taking on Tyson Fury a better matchup than? Okay, that makes sense. Areola and Lowe not on the television. Wait a minute, are you trying to say that's on the pay per view? Wow. Fuck it, it is Lowe, man. Good for Lowe. Good for Lowe. That is good. That is real good. Because I think Andre Ward and Sergey Kovalev, I remember they did small numbers and got a good amount of money. So, these guys ain't going to get on the card but not broadcast as part. Okay, that's good. That's good. So there's still hope. There's still hope for it because I just knew Lowe, Areola, and Ortiz versus some Kraus, I think it is. Yeah, but it'll be better. It'll be better. They could have found Ortiz a better opponent for that pay-per-view card. You could take fucking Areola off the card and find Ortiz a better opponent, and scrap Areola, save that money, give Areola a better opponent. Ortiz versus Kaufman, Joyce versus Hanks. That's a nice showcase. This all works out in the favor if Deontay Wilder wins, and Joyce and Ortiz do some impressive shit. If they're putting heavyweights on a card, which is nice. Joyce is you thinking he's something in a fast track package. So you're like, hey, let's fucking put him in there with Ortiz, put him in there with Wilder, put him in there with Big Baby Miller. I think you'll be happy with Joyce getting any one of those fights. Him getting fast tracked seems to be okay with the boxing public. Like, fuck it. If he wants to fight the best in fucking 7, 8 fights, let him be ballsy. Us boxing fans, we don't give a fuck, dude. Spence and fucking Mikey Garcia. We don't give a fuck. We'll take it. We pay for him. The boxing public, I don't know when do we say it's a bullshit money grab, or is it the best fighting the best? Is Spence and Garcia the best fighting the best? Is it a cheap money grab? A highly mixture of A? Mr.A, that is I. That is I, my friend. Thank you for joining. Thank you for joining. The UK, up in the kingdom, the RRT Boxing Show with your host, Mr.A. We are seeing what we are doing here. NBT, we have discussed that fucking, what are we saying here? What were we discussing? I had a question for this. Jay, Jay, the Australian guy. Jay, I think he fights like Jaya or Apatia. Mr.A versus NBT. Is it money? Oh, man. Fucking do it. Money grab. What is that dude's name? Who, if you know who he's fighting, the Australian cat. That's nice that you popped in. Maybe you might have that answer. But yeah, that's where I could see the Wilder card working. But the Wilder card will really have to work like in dramatic fashion. Joyce versus, is that Hanks? I think, is that really Tom Hanks' brother? Well, anyway, he's gonna have to beat the shit out of him with that pressure style. Just pressure. Do what Joy just does. Beat the shit out of his body. Work the jab. Get him. Ortiz. Kaufman's a crafty guy. He knows how to bang and survive. He's gonna know when to throw him. But Ortiz need to knock his ass the fuck out too. All these opponents need to knock their opponent. Ortiz and Joyce need to knock their opponents out. I said all these opponents, and of course these motherfuckers do. But for that to set up a future for Deontay Wilder, that given that Deontay Wilder, like I said, if it all works in style, he knocks the fuck out of Tyson Fury. That way you see two I guess you could say stablemates of the PBC circuit knocking people the fuck out in front of whoever buys the pay-per-view. So they're like, oh, that's damn. Can he beat Deontay Wilder? Of course, it'd build up if Deontay Wilder knocks the fuck out of Fury. If he wins, but seriously, can we see Deontay Wilder winning that fight without a knockout? I don't think so. I don't think so. Like I said, Fury could win that fight. Tyson Fury could win that fight multiple ways. He could win it with a jab and a movement. I think he could win it just by outboxing him and clinching him. And I think he had a chance of knocking out Deontay Wilder, at accumulation of him, getting him tired and catching with the right punch in about the late rounds. I think he's capable of knocking out. He's a 7 foot tall. I think with enough accumulation punches, he knows how to put a combination that perhaps could get a tired Deontay Wilder out. Now, obviously, Deontay Wilder has that chance of knocking his ass the fuck out. I believe it's going to happen. I'm seeing that happening. And the reason why I picked Deontay Wilder to do all that upsetting shit I just named is his feet. Everyone says his feet is poor, probably for boxing sense. But I think he's agile enough and has enough athleticism to move, to catch. It won't be in boxing traditional sense. He won't use boxing technique to catch him around the ring, but I think his feet is fast enough to catch Tyson Fury. He can move fast enough to make him fight fast. I think. I don't think Tyson Fury, as good as a boxer he is, I don't think he'll be able to really stay away from Deontay Wilder. But Deontay Wilder can't just go rushing in, or like I said, he'll get hit enough, worn down, and then the power come in the late rounds. That's what I think will happen. Now, back to me, the big thing in November, Usyk Bellew. Like I said, on that undercard, you got Sam High versus Richard Rakapor for the WBA Intercontinental. We'll check that out. We'll get more into that. Josh Kelly defending his WBA belt. David Allen. I forgot what version Josh Kelly has of the WBA, but it's one of the Continentals. You got good old David Allen, Corolla, and Jordan. Interesting fight. You know, Corolla is a nice, for me, from my experience with the UK boxing, you know, the creation of the RRT BOXING SHOW, what I discovered in Corolla, my Mr.A's thought of him, I guess you could say he's kind of a better hybrid of Ricky Burns. Maybe that's why them fighting was just a good fight. That's just my opinion of what Corolla is, and I think the pressure of Jordan, and I think Jordan could take Corolla's punches. So I think Corolla's going to really have to move and put on a good performance with some jabs and body shot. And I'd be shocked if Corolla stops Jordan with a good boxing clinic, but I'm thinking the number 2, Dwan, I keep calling him David because I can't read my writing, but I think Dwan Jordan is going to beat Corolla by a knockout. I think he's going to stop Anthony Corolla. I think he's going to stop him. And on that heavyweight fight, that Usyk Bellew, man, Bellew is selling some believers. Man, Bellew, I believe him, dude. I believe I'm gonna paint his signs for him, dude. Now, is it gonna happen? I don't know, but I believe him. Usyk. Now, what the coming out news? I guess since Joshua and Bellew very open, good friends. Joshua said to the media the way to beat Usyk is to be a counterpuncher. Bellew better be working on it. And to be honest, that is what got me intrigued in this fight, because Johnny Nelson says Bellew is a better technical boxer and Usyk may not have the confidence to beat him. Technical boxer, no. The confidence thing, that's where I'm going with this. I was kind of going with the confident thing. Now, do I think Usyk is confident in beating Bellew? Yes, of course. But to me, I always thought the only way to beat that style, and I say Usyk's, the Lomachenko, that fast foot, that footwork, you can't be afraid. And Bellew said it during the press conference. You can't get enamored with his combination punches that he's throwing at you. You can't like, oh, I'm just gonna shut him down and block all that shit. You know, because when you are ready, they're gonna move. And with the balls you gotta throw with the fire, I think Bellew does have that. And that's the only way you're gonna beat it. So whether it's Bellew doing it or anyone, if you have the balls to throw with Lomachenko or Usyk, this being Usyk, of course, I think you can hit him hard enough to fuck with his confidence. You know, will he have to throw harder? Can he move as well throwing hard? You know, you see he gasses himself out moving like that. And we never seen him, like I said, Bellew sells me on that because I know he has that. I believe he won't get enamored. Now, will he get picked off a lot? Will he get hit? I just don't see Tony Bellew shelling up like Usyk's opponents. I think he has the balls to throw with him and to land some, because if he don't land it, he's going to get picked apart, I think. You know, I don't think he has a sturdy front foot to fucking put a fucking a rocket bazooka jab on him. But can he not wait and bring the fight to Usyk, kind of force his feet work, not let him do his feet work. I think Bellew has that shot. Yeah, he's gonna have to be pretty well conditioned just to throw punches. You know, make you know make Usyk kind of control Usyk's movements. I think Bellew can do that. Now we all know what Usyk could do. He's gonna get his angles, pity pats, throw some. Who's gonna win the body shots? Do you think Bellew's gonna be able to land body shots in this fight, or do you think Bellew's just gonna look like Gassif out there? Murat I don't know how you pronounce it. Giesif. Bro, do you think Tony Bellew is gonna do a better job by default, or he's gonna actually do a better job than Murat? Because Murat really didn't do much, so Tony doesn't have to do a better job. I had a feeling Rob Brandt was going to beat. I was. He ain't gonna do Dookie. Tony Bellew ain't gonna do Dookie. I picked Marotta because I thought he had a stronger jab, but yeah, that hand speed and Marotta really didn't have defense, but he got fucked up. His limitations got fucked up that night. Wish A would a bet of that. That would have been a nice bet. It's gonna go similar. You think it's gonna be like Rob Brandt? I can see that. Rob Brandt and Marotta with Bellew and Usyk. You think Bellew is gonna be Marotta, huh? It's gonna Rob Brandt just gonna let him go. Do you think you don't think Usyk is gonna fire back? I mean, Bellew, you think he's just gonna miss the shot? You think he's just gonna completely miss the shot? No, that's gonna be interesting. That's gonna be very interesting. Usyk, Bellew, Corolla. Who do you guys got in the Corolla Yorday fight? I got poor Corolla getting stopped, and the crowd's gonna see him pretty bummed out. Because I don't see Corolla being able to handle Jordan's power. Ryan Burnett. I don't think Donaire can hang with Burnett. I think I said, to me, Donaire has like 5 rounds. 5 good rounds to put the pressure before that pigeon style of fucking is for the people out there in the chat room, you great friends, guys. Thanks. Is Adam Booth the name of Burnett's trainer? The guy who trains him and Josh Kelly, is that Adam Booth? Because I was trying to say right here on the RRT Boxing Show, UK, up in the kingdom, good morning, talking about UK boxing. Is Adam Booth is the name of Josh Kelly's and Ryan Burnett's trainer, right? Because I was saying my favorite 3 so far in the development creation process of the RRT Boxing Show: Adam Booth, Dave Caldwell, and McGuigan. And any given day they could change, but those are the 3 I noticed. And even in that short time, in the little fight researches and the film studies and the boxing stories and all that, I fucking found out that the Kell Brook and the Ingu camp I think they fucking get their meat imported with Canelo. They got that connection. They fucking eat imported meat down there. That's why they always look in shape, that fucking gym. Getting a good diet. White Shazora. The main thing I had to say about that's going to be a good fight, but again, if this Ted Cheeseman thing is that 60-day appeal, if he was supposed to fight, or the rumor they're trying to set him up to fight Anthony Fowler, or whatever I believe his name, that would have been a good fucking fight. That I do. You're not going to get a 60-day. But Byfield didn't put Byfield was punching on his head a lot, though. They weren't hard hits, but there were a lot of hits. So maybe they might play that shit safe. But I would like to see that fight a lot. Cheeseman versus Fowler. Then you got Jason Warburn taking on Hurd, coming up on that. Is that on the Wilder undercard? I believe, yeah. That might be a dream come true. Like I said, if there's going to be any opportunity to beat Hurd, it's going to be right now. Maybe he can't throw that punch. Maybe he don't have enough pop behind it in his pressure style. This one fight, you know, Wellburn, he can't outbox a fucking Hurd. He's going to come forward. They're going to bang. So if this fight loses, it's going to be a knockout. He's going to shock the shit out of Hurd, or Hurd just going to knock Jason Wilburn out. Recapping the show, the IBF mandatory. Like, this is not UK fighter news, but it's a nice Mr.A foreign fighter pump up on the show. The IBF mandated that number one spot to face Earl Spence. Jesse Vargas turned down the opportunity to fight Kutralo Abdul Kakharov, and in steps in the next in line, Japanese number 6, Keith Hohara. I'm picking my man Kutrala. If you follow the show, I've been talking about this little what's his name? Uzbekistan. I've been talking about him. I like his style. He's a little thin in the ways. I don't know how much fucking punishment this dude can take. His last fights, he's looking like he's been having some stamina issues. But overall, I like his style. I think he's going to shock. I think that's why Jesse Vargas didn't want to take the fight. I think he knows this dude's problems. After 2 draws, he cannot handle his career being upsetted by this no name. He's ranked high across all the boards, Kutralo. And you've been looking at the rankings for the last couple of years. You've been seeing his ranks climb up from like number 12. Like I said, now he's number 4 by the WBC. He's even had the WBC silver before. So a name I definitely been talking about. Go check him out. I like his style. The Punisher. He went from the silent assassin. He went from the assassin to the Punisher. This guy's a killer. But he better get his stamina back together. Then we talked about Josh Taylor, Ryan Martin. Martin has to get that fight on the ropes if he wants to win. Taylor, I think, just has too much foot movement to whether he wants to take this in the center of the ring fighting, wants to turn him, wants to spin off the ropes. I think Taylor feet movement beats Martin. Burnett, I think, has a better engine and a better gas tank than Donaire. And for the first couple rounds, Burnett does get dragged into fights, though. I don't know why, but I don't think Donaire has enough energy to put a fight on him. I'd be surprised unless he just got better shape from that Frampton fight. Like I said, the first 3 rounds or so, I thought he was, especially the first round, I thought he was countering, picking Frampton off great. Second round, but around the 3rd round, he just too tired to fight that style, and Frampton started taking over. So I got Burnett wearing Donito Donaire down just from movement, making him faint, just wearing him out, just making him work too much. Taylor's feet beating Martin. And then, like I said, the Usyk Bellew fight, I don't know. I might get sold on fucking Bellew, but I'm sold on the antics of that fight. It got me so curious for the 10. And that's definitely November's highlight. And like I said, I got Jordan beating Corolla. When hopefully Josh Taylor's opponent gets announced at least soon, not like the 8th. So I'll be able to do a nice little segment on that. But that is good morning from Mr.A over here in California on the RRT Boxing Show with Mr.A, UK, up in the kingdom. Ooh, before I go, Sullivan Barrera versus Sean Monahan. I am going to say for Barrera to stay alive, he needs to beat Monahan. However he wins this fight, he just needs to win. Whether it's point, split decision, it's really going to do nothing for Sullivan Barrera except for hurt him. What's going to be good for Sullivan Barrera is the victory after this fight. This, like I said, it's a name, but beating Sean Monahan ain't going to do nothing for Barrera, especially after he got knocked out by Marcus Brown and Marcus Brown he's gone. So right here from Anaheim, California, I am your host, Mr. A. Thank you for tuning in. And this is the UK version, Up in the Kingdom. Stay tuned in. Thank you for tuning in.